Automation, re-automation. I'm talking about when we learned to walk, it took all of our thought. Now, we walk and don't even think about it. We automate to evolve. But unfortunately, because of Galileo's jailing, we have automated ourselves into a language generated paradigm. 2016 would not exist without recorded language, the same stuff we used to program computers. And by the way, when we program computers, the languages transcend human language. You know, that's we're almost there. It's all what I'm talking about is that our generation has to re-automate to thinking with objects of energy from the earth and sun. That we think with physicality. That's the time to live. gTime. The simple classing of time brings world peace and freedom. Okay, so gTime is a time to live and a time to work. America does not have energy and matter. It is a concept. It needs language to exist. The whole 2016 paradigm, see, as trusting children, we're like this. We think with energy and matter. This is Molly, my mom's dog. I'm down working with her and stuff. But we think with energy and matter, physicality. When I talk to Molly, I use my hands and point at stuff. Well, when you talk to a 4-year-old, it's the same way. But as soon as you get language in them, you language automate them into 2016. Well, that is, the fate of humanity died with Galileo, Galilee, until me. We can keep the children processing the world as designed, thinking with energy and matter, thinking as life. Where will it go? I don't know. It'll just grow and grow and grow. But then, on the other side of the coin, how perfect, how wonderful can these concepts be? America totally needs language to exist. It has a head start on all the other countries. But when we, treat it all equally, if you have an emotional attachment to any language automation, you are tainted nature. Right now, make the commitment in your mind. All recorded history to date is the history of tainted nature. I mean, we got people living for the dead until now. I'm talking about you thinking with energy and matter and living like these plants and living for the future. If you live for the dead in a language automated paradigm, you are tainted nature. 2016, Jesus time, BC AD. That's all the history of tainted nature. All history to date is that. And so what I'm talking about is huge opportunity. Hi, Molly, come in. I'm talking about huge opportunity. That, when this is like the time of Socrates in the first libraries, that we really set the stage of the future because we are G-timers. We live as designed, thinking with energy and matter above the human concepts, such as 2016. Because I'm telling you, I say this over and over, the earth is round. We've only known this for a short time. And the Middle East cannot exist thinking precisely on a round earth. I am telling you to rise above the past and look the future in the eye and say, here, we broke the mold. We broke the automation. We re-automated. It's hard to re-automate. I mean, at first, because it takes all of our thought. That we have to re-automate our minds to thinking precise with energy and matter, and then that you identify all the language concepts. You have to leave the tainted nature history of the Middle East-based thought and come back to Earth, the billions of years thought, the logic that doesn't need us to exist. The Earth and Sun and everything on the Earth that has physicality we can point at, and it transcends language. Everything that has to do with 2016 is language dependent. These are the two classes of time, a time to live and a time to work. It is really simple, but I mean, that's just like going from Windows to Linux. At first you're like, oh, I gotta learn how to use Linux. But then when you use it, it's really easy. Because you know what? There's a virus on your computer called called Windows. I'm just kidding. There's a virus, that's why I just say that. And that Linux cures it. But anyway, I don't want to go into that. Is that, there's the two classes that when people, like, you could even relate it to open source, is that, you and me and people like us, we contribute to Linux because it's open source. If you don't own the code of the machine owns you. Okay? That is the language automated paradigm in a technological way. Is that if you don't own the code of the machine, you can't go in there as a coder and change it, then the machine owns you. And that's what happens. I mean, you're getting these forced updates and stuff like that. Well, that's the same. Life is fractal. And that you got to take this in your mind and think with two classes of time. The energy and matter time and the language automated time. Because right now, I mean, tyranny is always more organized than freedom. And that being language automated is, that's the tyranny. And that it's hard to break that cycle because it's kind of learning how to walk again. That you have to change your programming. You have to change your operating system. You're going to Linux because that's where nature is. The Linux mirrors, I mean, that's what I'm saying, it's fractal. The repeating truth is that Linux is open book, just like the cells of these trees. That you're going to represent them all. And that we're going to do our best to be the best and most pure life we can be. But then if you're using like a closed source programming where that you don't own the code owns you, that's like saying, I'm going to be a robot from 2016 and I am a slave. I'm a word slave. So, but see, the thing is that the word slavery is the norm. It's only been going on for, maybe 5 generations. So, I mean, you got to re-automate yourself back to thinking with energy and matter. And then, then it's like you take off. And then you take off and you live. And, there's something that always bugs me, and I'll leave you with this. Is that if I die less than Einstein, I suck. Because the opportunities are so huge. I don't know what you do, but right now, there's never been more opportunity. I love you, friends. I'll talk to you later. gTime is like... it's a good time. A great time. Genetic time. Yeah, gTime makes your mind go grandiose with that you use human concepts such as money for purity and you live as designed and know it. I love you, friends. Bye-bye.